Hello everyone. I hope you all have been enjoying Scrapfest weekend with all of the rest of us at Hip Kit Club. The weekend is almost over, but I have a couple more simple ideas for you to make for your own embellishments for your cards or your layouts. So I'm just gonna dive right in. I've already gotten a little bit of this done, and I'm going to be showing you guys how I like to create some elements that look like chipboard. They feel like chipboard, but it's fully customizable. I did a couple already. I used this little heart punch for this one, very old heart punch, but I like pulling it out of my stash and using it from time to time. I just want to show you, see, it's the same thickness as this piece of chipboard that came in our February kit. I just love, and it has the same, it's kind of hard and firm, and I love the texture that it adds to the pages. I used this die from February 23's kits for this one. I also made, this came in the same, these two came together. I also did it as an example with this too. It just firms it up and makes them more sturdy and a little bit easier to work with, and texturally it's very, very pleasing. I also used a butterfly die to create one with the butterfly, and I did this one, I just layered these two butterflies, just two pieces together here, and added a couple of little threads there for the antenna in this butterfly. But let's get going. So I pulled out this is another die. I'm not sure what month it's from, but it is still available in the store. And I believe it's the only alphabet die that we have in the Hip Kit Club store. I just used it for the U and the I. And I'm going to show you guys my process here. It is so simple. I cut it out, either punched with the heart and the butterfly, or cut the die out with just plain white cardstock 4 times, and then with what I want it to look like, the piece of pattern paper that I want it to look like, 1 time. And I'm going to layer these together. I'm using Elmer's Craft Bond glue. It is much easier to use a glue that is not a quick dry glue. For instance, the Scotch Quick Dry is not going to give you enough wiggle room to be able to move the pieces around, because if it sticks instantly and you don't have it exactly lined up, then you're going to be doing yourself a disservice. You might say some words that you don't like saying. So now I've grabbed some embroidery thread, and I'm going to show you guys real quick how to make a tassel. But let's get started. I'm going to just take an end and put 3 of my fingers together and hang on to that with my thumb at first. And I'm going to wrap loosely around my fingers 12 times. and remove the center finger. And at this point, if you wanted to, you could put it on a paper clip like I did here. I added it to a paper clip so I can maybe put it on the top of a photo or something on my layout, or this can be all I need for a bookmark. So you can add it here just by threading those through, just like, I mean, we all know how paper clips work. Thread those through each side of them. But for this one, because I want it for this card, I'm gonna cut a long piece of the thread and kind of even it out a little bit, and then thread it through. I just wanna tie it in the center here. Well, if I can find my pieces. So now I can pull this out and pull it really tightly, and it looks like a bow. And you could use this as a bow if you wanted to stop here. Okay, now I'm gonna fold this down on top of where I made my knot. I made my knot here, so I'm gonna fold this down. And at this point, it would be very handy to have either another set of hands or a gator clip. Let me wad that back up. And open it wide and clamp down. I'm going to take another piece and we're going to place it down on the desk. So we're going underneath the fold. And then we're just going to tie it off. Pull it tightly. And if you wanted to add a dab of glue right there, you can, but by the time you tie it in a knot, it's not really going to go anywhere. Now we're left with all of these loop-de-doos. So just grab your scissors and start cutting them up. Make sure you don't accidentally cut one off though. Let's see. And now you can tell we have a tassel, but we're going to make it look a little bit prettier. So we're just going to trim the ends up some, make them a little neater and more even. And this piece, when I make them, every time I make them, I always have this one piece right here that sticks up a little bit. I just clip that off. That's where glue would come in handy if you were worried about it coming apart, but I'm not terribly concerned about that part. And then I just kind of fluff the top of it, and there we have a little tassel. Now for this one, I wanted to add it to my card. So I'm just gonna open the inside up and come around and tie it. And I almost didn't cut that long enough. So you may want to measure. Your card may be a little bigger than mine or a little smaller. And I kind of want to pull it a little bit taut, and this is going to also be tied in a knot. Again, an extra set of hands is nice, but we can do this. Just got to get our fingers right. So there we have it. Cut this off. You could tie that in a bow to make that prettier on the inside if you wanted to. And now pull it around. So that the tassel is actually on the outside. And there you have it. You have a little card with a tassel on it, and I think it is adorable. And you're going to impress the heck out of your friends or your daughter or your mom or whoever when you show them that you've made your own chipboard and your own tassel for the card. But wouldn't that be a cute little bookmark for those of us that love to read? I love it. All right, here are 3 cards that I made with my handmade tassels and my chipboard-like embellishments. You can use these on absolutely anything you want to use them on, any project whatsoever. It's a perfect way to add just a little bit of extra something unexpected, especially on your cards. It kind of takes something ordinary and makes it a little extra special. And remember that we're giving away, or Kimberly is giving away, a $15 gift certificate to someone from each class, but you have to upload projects into each of the corresponding classes that she has created for us in the Facebook group. And you have until midnight on May the 12th Pacific time to upload your projects. And as far as my class is concerned, you can upload any project you want to. It doesn't have to be a card, but something inspired by the chipboard or, well, chipboard or the tassels. And Kimberly will announce winners on May the 14th. So you guys make sure that you jump in and play around, and we cannot wait to see what you guys come up with. We're so excited to see what you're going to do with all of the stuff that we've been showing you this entire weekend. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you play along for your chance to win that $15 gift certificate. I would love for you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and give me a thumbs up too, pretty please. Also, leave me a comment if you have any questions about the process or the products that I've used, or just to say hi. Thanks again for joining me for this video. I hope you all have a lovely crafty day. Bye-bye.